Okay, so right now, every headline is screaming about the Persian Gulf and market chaos. Naturally, nobody noticed Canada's economy just quietly did something interesting. A second straight month of growth, and buried inside that number is one sector nobody saw coming, growing faster than almost anything else in the country.
The Sanity Project, where reason beats rage.
I'm Abby Inglewood, and this is the show where we take whatever statistics Canada drops on a Friday morning and turn it into something actually useful. What it means for your money, your job, your next move. So the Stats Canada report landed today, July 31st, 2026. And honestly, May's numbers are pretty solid. Real GDP grew 0.3%. That's 2 months in a row now. And 13 out of 20 industrial sectors were all pulling in the same direction. Not just one or two propping things up. And that matters, because broad growth tends to stick around longer than a one-sector fluke. Here's what we're digging into. Why the support side of the oil patch, not the oil itself, just had its best month in over 2 years. And what that means if you work anywhere near Alberta's energy sector. The real estate story hiding in plain sight. And what it means if you're trying to buy or sell right now. A pharmaceutical rebound and what it says about Canada's place in global drug supply chains. Why a census? Yes, a census quietly padded government jobs numbers. How that Persian Gulf conflict is showing up in your pension and investment accounts, whether you realize it or not. And what June's early numbers tell us about where this whole economy is headed into fall. Let's get into it. First up, the main event, mining, quarrying, and oil and gas extraction, leading the country for a second straight month, up 1.0%. But the number that actually matters here is support activities for oil and gas extraction, up 9.8%. Part of a broader support services jump that's now grown for 7 straight months. Plain terms, that's the drilling contractors, the maintenance crews, the oil field service companies. If you know somebody who does that kind of work around Alberta, this was probably a busy, well-paid spring for them. Actual oil sands extraction was up too, 1.6%, driven by more crude bitumen coming out of the ground. Worth noting, some of that was regular spring maintenance getting shuffled around, not skipped, so part of this bump won't repeat every month. But right now, energy services are clearly where the hiring and the money are moving. Government grew too. The public sector was up 0.3%, and public administration specifically rose 0.6%, with the federal government's slice tied almost directly to the 2026 census. Translation: that's a wave of temporary census jobs, not a permanent hiring spree, so don't expect that particular bump to stick around past this cycle. Construction told a better long-term story, up 0.8%, with apartment building construction leading the charge. That's actual homes getting built, which matters if you've been frustrated watching housing supply lag behind demand. Speaking of housing, real estate just had its best month in over a year and a half, up 0.4% overall. Real estate agents and brokers saw a 5.1% jump, their biggest since October 2024. What that actually means? More homes changing hands, more resale activity, and it was especially strong in Ontario and British Columbia. If you've been sitting on the sidelines wondering whether it's a buyer's market or a seller's market right now, this is a pretty clear sign that activity, and probably confidence, is coming back into those two provinces first. Manufacturing had a split-screen month. Chemical manufacturing rebounded hard after 3 rough months, up 5.9%, mostly because pharmaceutical and medicine manufacturing jumped 9.4%. On stronger export demand, real-world version, that's Canadian-made medicine heading out the door to other countries in bigger volumes. Good sign for that industry's health, pun intended. On the flip side, heavier durable goods like machinery and electrical equipment manufacturing pulled back, though motor vehicle manufacturing actually grew 4.7%, so auto wasn't part of that slowdown. Different corners of the manufacturing world are just having very different years right now. Now, back to that Persian Gulf loop. Finance and insurance grew 0.3%. And according to Stats Canada, that growth reflects heightened trading activity in equity and bond markets, tied directly to the uncertainty around the conflict. Here's the real-life version. When global news gets scary, people don't stop trading. They trade more, adjusting portfolios, moving money around, hedging bets. All of that shows up as economic activity right here at home. So, if you checked your RRSP or your pension balance more than usual this spring, you were part of the exact same pattern showing up in this data. Last one, transportation. up 0.3%, largely on pipeline transportation, up 2.7%, as natural gas exports climbed. Rail did well too, driven by grain and wheat shipments. Bottom line, Canada moved more energy and more crops out the door in May. Straightforwardly good news if you're connected to the export economy, whether you're in oil and gas or out on the prairie. So what's next? Statistics Canada's early look at June shows another 0.2% of growth. Put that together with May, and the second quarter of 2026 is on track for 0.8% growth. That's the kind of steady, broad-based number that tends to support the argument that this isn't a one-off. It's a real trend building into the fall. So here's the takeaway. Energy services are hot, especially around Alberta. Housing is waking back up, especially in Ontario and BC. Government hiring got a temporary census bump, not a permanent one. Manufacturing is a mixed bag depending on what you make. And global uncertainty overseas is quietly showing up in your investment statements at home. Put it all together, and Canada's economy just posted back-to-back months of real broad growth. And there's genuine momentum here, not just noise. If this helped you make sense of the numbers, do me a favor, hit follow or subscribe wherever you're listening so you don't miss the next one. And if you know somebody who'd want the plain English version of this data, send them this episode. Seriously, it helps a ton. Statistics Canada's official GDP by industry data for June comes out August 28th, along with the advance estimate for July. And I'll be right back here to break it all down. I'm Abby Inglewood. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.
If you want more facts and less fear, hit subscribe. Check out the next breakdown wherever you're listening or watching. Stay sane, Canada.